This is my commemorative speech, which is over the values of Christmas traditions. According to Jan Mayer's article, 11 Christmas Facts and Traditions That Connect the World, more than 2 billion people in more than 160 countries consider Christmas to be the most important holiday of the year. In the United States, 9 out of 10 people celebrate the holiday even if they aren't Christian. Everyone values Christmas and the traditions the holiday comes with in their own way. And in this presentation, I will be explaining a few traditions. Most Americans and others around the world have unique traditions for this holiday, and so I'll be sharing the common ones. Through my research, I have found multiple sources and pieces of information discussing some of the most common traditions that people do. My family and I also have our own traditions that we do for Christmas every year, like many other families. In this speech, I'll provide you with a brief overview of what Christmas is, and 3 common traditions and personal stories of the traditions and why this holiday is valued so much. Before I go into detail about this favorited holiday, it is important to understand what it is and why it is valued so highly. Christmas is celebrated to remember the birth of Jesus Christ, who Christians believe is the Son of God. Some people who are not Christians still celebrate Christmas because they find it more as a cultural event. An article on Pew Research Center stated 81% of non-Christians in the United States celebrate Christmas. This holiday brings a lot of joy to people just by decorating their houses, giving gifts to loved ones, and baking cookies together. It just brings everyone together. Now let's talk about a few traditions many people do every year when they celebrate Christmas. Decorating a pine tree with lights, ornaments, and a star angel on top makes it into a Christmas tree, and this is something that almost every family does together before the holidays. Adding lights and inflatables to the yard and inside the house are also a way many people decorate. My family personally also wraps colorful lights around the stair railing and puts a blow-up Santa out for drivers to see when they go by every year. My siblings and I decorate the tree together with usually white lights and ornaments that we made while we were in school, which a lot of my friends have on their trees. And then we also put store-bought ornaments just to make it a little more prettier. The next tradition that I found many people value is putting cookies and milk out for Santa. This is usually more common when younger kids are introduced to Santa, because Santa Claus is an imaginary figure that parents make up so their kids stay obedient so they can get gifts from Santa and get rewarded. Every year my brother, sister, and I would bake cookies, whether it be chocolate chip, gingerbread, snickerdoodle, or sugar cookies. It was whatever we felt like making that year, and we would put those cookies in just regular milk out for Santa. I remember the time I found out Santa wasn't real. I had come down from my room when I was about 9, and this was late at night, way past my bedtime. And I found my dad eating the cookies while my mom was putting gifts under the tree. Most people remember why they found out, or when they found out Santa wasn't real. But honestly, I was more mad that my older brother and sister didn't tell me about it. Putting cookies out for Santa is valued by many people who celebrate Christmas because it teaches kids to give something nice to a person that they've never even met. The last tradition I found to be pretty common is Christmas dinner. The dinner is usually made of foods of that certain family's heritage. My family and I are Irish, so we have a lot of potatoes incorporated in our Christmas dinner, and a lot of potatoes. like mashed potatoes, shepherd's pie, or twice baked potatoes. We always have. We usually only have my parents, siblings, and my grandma at the dinner just because that's who's near where we live. But some people will have a lot more family over. My family also personally isn't big, but some people will have a lot more family over to celebrate the holiday. Many people have turkey or ham as like the main course, and some kind of Christmas cookie or pie for dessert, according to Red Book's article by Jessica Booth. To sum everything up, I talked about what Christmas is and why it is valued throughout the world. I also mentioned 3 traditions that are common in the United States and that many families value. Because of these traditions and many others that I didn't get to mention, it shows how valuable and joyous Christmas is to the people in this world. It is important to keep these traditions alive and pass them down to generations.